Okay, so we have spectators. Usyk versus Ali, January 17th. January 17th. Um, as you guys can see, never been dropped for Usyk. Dropped several times by Ali. Never been stopped for Usyk. Stopped once by Larry Holmes. 5 losses, which is no losses for Usyk. 1 division world champion versus 2 division world champion. Okay. And let me counterpunch. First off, I hate this era comparison because, for one, Ali never fought in a 12-round fight. His fights were in 15 rounds. Okay. He never knew what it was like to fight 12 rounds, and he only had 12. He had 15. The rules were different at that time. If you look at the amount of fights that both have, Ali has twice as many fights. So you have to equate that many times fighting with the possibility of losing. See, a lot of times, when people fight, and they are only fighting a certain selection of fighters, and they have undefeated records, well, go figure. Versus someone that fights everyone that's been in there with, Tom, Dick, and Harry. Yeah, you may see some fights there, some issues or some challenges that that other people don't see because you've been in there with a lot of fighters. So you're going to have losses. He was in there with some of the toughest fighters, Frazier, Foreman, Norton. He's fought them all. Corey, look, Shavers. Listen, the list goes on for Muhammad Ali. Okay. And I think the proper thing to do, first, this is premature because Usyk just turned 38. The last 2 losses of Ali's career were in his later parts, 80, 81, where Larry Holmes, pretty much punished him, where Larry Holmes was the sparring partner for Ali for many, many years. Okay, knowing that, he knew everything about Ali. He knew his habits, he knew his movements, he knew his combinations, he knew what he did, and he also knew that he was way past his prime by the time he fought him. But he had to. That being said, that's when Ali was stopped, okay? And Ali was not 38, Oleksandr Usyk just turned 38, like, a few days ago. Ali has the same birthday. They share that birthday. That being said, we have to then wait to see what Usyk does at 39 if he's still around. So if he's still 39 years old and he's still fighting, I think the best way to compare fighters is age for age, okay? Not, oh, well, this is what Usyk's done thus far and he's still fighting versus what Ali did. What Ali did was already stamped and, irreversible. You can't change anything about it. It is set in the history books of everything that he's done, every sacrifice that he made. Usyk did not or was not restricted from fighting due to a war, even though he's having his own issues with a war itself. A lot of people with a patriot mindset would think, oh, well, Ali's a coward, because that's what they called Ali at the time. Now they're congratulating and praising him for not going over to that war. Maybe because they lost. And I mean the USA. However, that's what they did to Ali. So they took years away from Ali. Okay, and he was still able to have over 50 fights. 5 losses. That's not bad. You know what I mean? So for every 10 fights, there was a loss, but understand those are far few in between. And he was able to avenge those losses as well, except for the last part of his career. Again, Usyk has not been to that level where he has been slipping to the point of someone getting the best of him as of yet. That's if he keeps fighting. Hopefully he has the wisdom not to, but then just to compare that to someone like Ali just fought too long like most fighters did. Okay? That's pretty much the standard. And two-division champion, meaning Oleksandr Usyk's better. No, it doesn't. Okay? That's just Ali. He was not a cruiserweight. He was a heavyweight. Okay? He was a heavyweight. And actually, Usyk and Ali are the same height and size. 6'3", 220-ish. You know what I mean? Really, Ali, I think, was like 215. He got, a little heavier later on. But, he just did it too long. I mean, Ali did it through 2 decades, And again, I just think that people run overboard with this, and I think people are still affected by the Mayweather era. This is a Mayweather-minded decision based off of how Mayweather thought and how he looked at things. Then he changed the mindset of people so much because people think you got a loss. That means you're lesser than, or you're not as good because someone beat you, and that's not the case. Because a lot of times those undefeated records are fabricated through choices and making the right decisions and avoiding other decisions that may put you in that loser bracket because that challenge may be too much to bear. Okay, so, keep that in mind. And I'm not saying Usyk does that, But I'm saying is, if he retires, okay, and there's guys out there like Martin McCauley, like Zilly Zhang, like Jared Anderson, like Jayapataya, like Moses Atoma. Those guys, even Moses Atoma's too young, honestly. So I don't even think that fight's realistic. But, that doesn't mean that he would beat them all. People just assume that he would. The difference between Usyk and Ali, we knew what Ali did because he's done it. And he's fought everyone. Okay, that's what happens when you fight everyone. You're going to get a loss or two. Okay, well, Usyk, if he gets past it undefeated, will he be better than Ali? No, because you got to fight twice as many times. They fought more back then, and they fought longer. The fights were longer because they were 15 rounds. It was a different time. Okay, different challenges. The question you ask yourself is, not is Usyk better than Ali? It was what Usyk could do in that division with those fighters. What type of record would he have? What would that reflect? You know what I mean? That's what you ask yourself. And then he would have to do the same amount of fights to see if he's that same guy as Ali, to compare him to Ali. Because I think it's disrespectful to compare eras anyway, based on the facts. But him saying, or people stating that Usyk is already better than Ali, even Usyk wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? So, there you go. You guys tell me what you think about this latest post, that Oleksandr Usyk is better than Muhammad Ali based on his current record. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!